I can do everything. I can do anything I want, which is such a freeing feeling. I don't know if other people have had these problems where like they can't do stuff, but it makes you really sad. And being able to fix that was huge, not only like obviously for my physical health,
Right.
it was great, but even just like my mental health, being able to like get past that and like learn to trust my body and
Whole body needs to get healed.
and like I jump now. There was a time in my life I thought I was never gonna jump again.
All right, so let's take it on back. Let's go ahead and start. Where did you first hear about us?
So I was probably like a month away from like booking a surgery for my back. And we were it was really bad. I couldn't really walk around. And we went to a farmer's market just kind of randomly. And the sign literally was like, "Are you thinking about surgery? Talk to us first." And I'm like, "Oh God, I gotta talk to him."
So backtracking a little bit about this surgery, what was the surgery going to be for?
Yeah, so I've had back problems kind of my whole life. Like in high school, I remember being in pain. It was a lot of like leg stuff, hips and back. Like I was going to see a chiropractor probably 3 times a week when I was in high school. And I had kind of like figured it out a little bit, or thought I did. When I went to college, I just didn't have the problems. I would have a flare up every now and then, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it would hurt for a day. I'd ice it and I'd be fine. I was literally on vacation. We were on our way home from vacation and I bent over to pick up a sock and I couldn't move. And it was awful. I mean, like I said, I've had had back pain before, and this was so much worse. And I was like, I don't know what I do. I literally was using my carry-on like a crutch because it's like a wheel one. I had a big blanket wrapped around my like back for support. I couldn't walk. It was really painful, and it got to the point of where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk for a while. It got so bad that I couldn't walk. When I had finally like gathered the strength to do that, I couldn't stand for more than like an hour, and at the most. It was bad. And I was going and doing everything I could. I tried PT in the past. I tried chiropractics. I did some massaging. I did acupuncture. I did like everything, and nothing was helping. I had small gains. I could go on a walk, which was great, but like I couldn't do anything more than that. I couldn't pick up my niece or nephew. I couldn't pick up my dog. I couldn't go on like any type of like real hike. I couldn't really do anything, which is why I was like kind of just like, whatever, I'll get a surgery. Like it has to be better than whatever I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. And that's when I came across you guys. When we started, I was nervous. Before I signed up for anything, I was nervous because I was like, it doesn't take insurance. I don't really know. I don't get that. I would rather have insurance. But after talking to you guys and like realizing like what not going through insurance meant, like a truly personalized and like extensive program that would be for me without any types of like limitation. I was like, I gotta give it a shot. I have to try it. I can't put a price on how worth it has been. But she was able to really find what was wrong, because what happened to me was that I hurt my disc, right? Mm-hmm. And so I spent a whole bunch of time trying to fix my disc, while that was it was a problem. But by the time I was with you guys, that shouldn't have been my problem. Like the time it had taken, that disc had healed, but I didn't know that. I was just like, I just keep hurting it. And we kind of figured out what was wrong, like what I needed to do. And it was a lot about strengthening a lot of these like muscles, like these deep core muscles that I had basically, for lack of a better term, let atrophy just because I was afraid to use them. Mm-hmm. I didn't like, for once I was able to walk, like I said, I didn't bend down. I didn't pick anything up. I didn't carry groceries. Like I didn't do anything.
It's very common.
It was nice to work at my own pace. I got all of like the individualized time that I wanted. It was a great mix of like giving me like the actual visuals. Those like after every single visit, I would get a nice long email and it would have some personal touches that were great. And then all of the stuff that we went over in my session, not to mention if I had new stretches or workouts or whatever, there was a YouTube video just for me and I could watch them. And that was so progress was like in my head, I thought it was slow, but I want everything to be done. That's why I wanted surgery, because I just wanted it to be like done and better.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of just how I am.
That quick fix.
Yeah, which doesn't work. You can't. But it was like when I first was there and like bent down, the distance between like my fingers and the floor was like 30 inches or something like that, because that's as far as I could go without like being scared or nervous. And now I'm at like 11. And for reference, I've never been able to touch myself. So 11 is really good for me. Like I can't describe how happy I am to have like now after like I go a month without seeing you guys, I know that I'm going to be okay and that like I can do stuff and I'm not going to die.
You trust yourself more. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't do any, I can't stress that enough. Nothing. I did nothing. And now I can do everything. I can do anything I want, which is such a freeing feeling. I don't know if other people have had these problems where like they can't do stuff, but it makes you really sad. And being able to fix that was huge, not only like obviously for my physical health, right. It was great, but even just like my mental health, being able to like get past that and like learn to trust my body and
whole body needs to get healed.
And like I jump now. There was a time in my life I thought I was never going to jump again. And now I'm jumping around doing all kinds of stuff.
What do you think you were most proud of yourself?
I like stuck with it. Like doing all the exercises at home, taking the time to do them, like having the discipline to do it is hard. And I'm proud of myself for actually like holding, like staying with it. The whole process held me accountable in a very good way. It didn't feel forced. It was just like you said, it was much more of an encouraging environment that made me want to be successful than anything else.
That's awesome. Circling back, I mean, you have an awesome story. Do you feel like you were able to express it? Is there anything else that you would like to add to somebody who's watching right now?
Do it. If you're watching this and you're wondering, like, is it worth it? Should I do it? Like, will I get the results that I want to see? Do it and you will. I did. And I never thought I would be good again. I never thought I would even be able to like go for a run or a light jog because I don't like running, but just do it. It will change your life.